Hi, my name is Matthew Corones, and welcome to Adventures in Computer Vision. This is a program that enables the viewer to interact with video that has been pre-recorded or live from a web camera. What you're looking at here is a recording of a fish tank aquarium that's previously been recorded. You're seeing the fish move around within the Lego backdrop inside the fish tank. I'm going to explain the different color filters and enhancements that are possible with this program, as well as explain some detailed information of how transparency functions as a way to show velocity through time. To get started, I'm going to show you these different color palettes that change how we view color in time. So looking at this is different approaches to how color gets interpolated through the computer. The filters on the right side allow overlays of tint and transparency to show motion through time. The icons in the upper left-hand corner and the upper right-hand corner allow an adjustment of hue, saturation, and tint or alpha channel. So if we bring this filter on the left down, that's going to change the hue. The brightness, the saturation filter on the top takes the hue and adds saturation. The alpha channel filter on the right changes how the transparency is represented in time. So to show you another interpretation, the icons on the left are an overall color palette change. The black filter, beginning in the middle, shows a method of frame differencing where everything that changes has a color value assigned to it, while things that are the same remain black. This filter here is edge detection. It's showing edges that have contrast. This part of the movie here looks particularly good when I move these filters in this fashion. And as you can see, the path of the fish becomes animated. Another part of the program allows the video to be interpreted in the fashion of how a fly might see an insect. So if I right-click on the mouse, I get a fly-like vision of the aquarium. If I middle-click on the mouse, I can get a false color enhancement interpretation of the current values when converted to grayscale. So what it's doing is it's turning the image into grayscale. The filter is going over and saying every light value is blue or magenta, while your dark values are orange and red. This is often used in thermal imaging as a way of showing heat, and so this is a filter based on that technology when applied to a regular video stream. Going back through the filters again. So the left we have varying color palette. The center we have edge detection. And to the right there's the pathfinder. Paths of the fish moving in color and time. Can also apply the fly insect vision to one of the shown color palettes. So here we're walking through the image, looking at it as if we were on a fly on the surface of the aquarium. Then we can also apply the false color to any of the current color palettes. So here we're looking at the jellyfish. A particularly nice feature is applying the painterly effect to the jellyfish and sliding our hue, saturation, and brightness filters in order to show this kind of painterly transparent overlay of pastel palette. So if we select one of these icons here, you can see another interpretation of the painterly palette, and then return to this form of enhancing color. This part here is also particularly nice when a wave of water enters the space from the left. So we get this nice magenta kind of transition of color and transparency. And the painterly effect, the dilation filter, enlarges the pixels and surrounding pixels in a cubic fashion. So we get this really beautiful kind of overlay. Again, if I move the transparency filter down, this is going to show less of a path or a trail. If I move it up, we're maximizing the amount of transparency shown between frames. Also, if I change the hue and then increase the saturation a bunch, get a different kind of effect. So I can choose a blue or pink, and then it show the value, the intensity of that particular color. Again, to show how the image would look without any of the filters, we can click on this icon, and this is the regular color right out of the camera. So it hasn't hasn't been filtered by the program. So, and then we can look at it again through the false color or through the fish eye. Sorry, the fly eye. Fly eye looking at the fish. The end of the video is these flamingos here. And we can apply the same color palettes to show how they would look. Use different interpretations. Frame differencing is interesting here because it highlights the water effect. And also, if we move these hue and saturation bars, you can see a different color palette. And the movie loops, and we're back to the flowers, the first picture. It's a time-lapse video. Fades into the Lego fish tank aquarium. And that wraps up my first presentation of this project. Hope you've liked what you've seen, and feel free to tune in at some other point and see how this project continues. Thank you for tuning in. This is Matthew Corones.